Second secret, your CV. Anybody want to give me an idea of what your CV's role is for? Your business card. Okay. So who said that? Who said your business? No chocolates. Sorry. To get you an interview. The tool that sells you. Okay. Anybody else want to add to that? What your CV's real role is for? A specific role.
Create the impression that they wanted.
Creating the right impression. Okay.
To show your skill so that it matches up with what the company asks for.
Okay. Good one. So I need some hand out some chocolates. To get an interview, yeah. To get an interview. There you go, sir. Okay. Your CV's role is not to just inform. Does anybody know what I mean by that? A gentleman said that it's your sales tool. Yeah? The main purpose of your CV is not to just inform, it is to impress. And I can't impress upon you how important that is. It is your sales tool. The purpose of your CV is to impress. Now I want you guys to, if you're in one of the training sessions that we hold, the larger training sessions that we hold, I would then now ask you to all pull out your CVs or pull out your laptops and pull out your CVs and then show it to the person next to you for 10 seconds. So now I want to imagine you're in that situation now. So I want you to all pull out your CV in your mind. Have a think about your CV right now. Now, I want you to imagine handing that to a stranger, not a friend, not somebody who's going to tell you, yeah, you're wonderful, just a stranger you never met before. Hand it to them for 10 seconds, no more, just 10 seconds, and then take it back for them, and then ask them this question: are you impressed? Now, think about your own CV and ask yourself this question: are you impressed by your own CV within 10 seconds? Anybody who feels that they are impressed by their CV in 10 seconds, within 10 seconds? Yep, good. A couple of people, great. You are fast on the way to becoming one of the people who are best at getting the job. That is one of the most important things. Your CV needs to impress in 10 seconds. There was a study done recently where they looked at recruiters and they actually got a machine where they can test where their eyes look. And the actual specific number of seconds is 6 seconds. Is the typical time that people take to look at your CV to decide whether or not they're going to consider you any further. So you have 6 seconds. And when most eyes look, they look very briefly at the personal profile. They look at your most recent job that you did. They look at what keywords are there, yeah, what your role was, and they look at your education, and that's it. Okay, that is it. And then it's from that point they decide whether or not they're going to spend any further time or they're going to move on. So your CV needs to impress within those 6 seconds, within that 6-second period. So just by simply listing all of your duties and responsibilities and what you've done over the past 77 years, however long it is simply not good enough. There are many ways to make your CV impressive, but there is one most important way to make it impressive. Anybody got any ideas what that might be? To turn your CV from something that is simply informative to something that is impressive.
The profile and
I would put on layout in terms of if you have it in long sentences versus.
Yeah. Put it in the first person. What do you mean when you say solve the problem? So your CV should show how it solved the problem. Okay. Yeah. Anybody else?
I'd say rather than restating what you did in the job, just restating the job spec, you actually say what you achieved in the job.
There you go. You get a chocolate for that one. Absolutely. The most important thing to do. First of all, you're all right in terms of what you mentioned as well. In terms of the layout as well, that's also very important. If you just got large swathes of text, nobody is going to read it. But it's just not. It needs to be bullet pointed. It needs to be very, very clear. Layout is vitally important. However, the most important thing to make your CV impressive is to demonstrate the achievements, the impact your CV has had. The impact you have had in a role. And and the best way to do it is to state very clearly, very specifically what achievements you have had. Now you can do that either as a section at the top of your CV, either just above or just below your personal profile, saying key achievements and list 3 or 4 or 3 to 5. Or you can list it underneath each job where you have stated, I worked at this place, this was my role, these are 1 or 2 or 3 achievements that I achieved. Normally, I will always put them in bold if possible, or at least put a heading in bold saying achievements. What that does, that draws the eye of the reader to your CV to say achievements, and they can very clearly see, first of all, what your impact was, but secondly, you've got to remember, this is a competition. Your CV is probably a pile of 100, if not more. And the individual going through them is only spending 6 seconds just to decide who they're going to shortlist to the next stage. So just by seeing a CV that says on the very first page very clearly achievements, first thing they think in their mind, this person has the potential to achieve, the potential to have impact above and beyond just knowing the job and having had those types of responsibilities and duties before. So vitally important in order to get the person's attention is to make sure you actually have achievements on there. Has anybody got achievements on their CV, by the way? Yes, question. Yes, you do include a personal statement. I'll say one thing about personal statements. So someone mentioned the profile here as well. Personal statements are vitally important. Obviously, they demonstrate who you are and hopefully what you are looking for, which is what your personal profile, your personal statement should state. However, they are the most common amount of verbiage that you find on CVs. Yeah, you sit down and you write your personal profile and you think it is very personal to you, and obviously it is. But trust me, as on the other side, when you're reading 1,000 of these things, they all sound the same. Yeah, they all sound. Most people do the same thing. I have great communication skills. I'm brilliant team working. I have this. You know, everybody says pretty much the same thing all the time, and that's not to say they're not right. Yeah, but it doesn't distinguish particularly from anyone else. Your achievements will. One thing you should always put in your personal profile as well is what you're looking for. Yeah, most people miss that bit out. They put all the things that they're good about, but they fall short from saying, I am now looking for the type of role that is this, that, the other, that is going to use this, that, the other. That is also very important to put in there. But believe me, it's your achievements, the impact that you can actually bring, how you solve the problem, as the gentleman mentioned at the back, that is going to be the most important thing that's going to distinguish you in those 6 seconds from the rest of your competition. Does that make sense? Anybody got any questions around that at all? No? Yes?
Are you saying you would put things like you're responsible and stuff like that?
No, don't get me wrong. You still put those things in there. You still need to have your personal profile. You still need to have your key skills if you want to put that in as well. So it's still important to have that, but it's it's vitally important in order to distinguish yourself from the rest of the competition. You need to put in your impact, your achievements. That is vitally important. And your achievements need to be tangible as well. Yeah. And no matter what sector you're working from, whether you're in a business, a commercial, private, charity, voluntary sector, it doesn't really matter. You can all think of achievements you've made in a particular job. It may be something as simple as you got Employee of the Month 2 months running, or you got an award for something, or it may be something very tangible, like you increased sales by 23% over this quarter, or you made efficiency savings that led to your company being recognized for a Matrix Award, or whatever the case may be. Yeah, these things are the achievements, but they need to be tangible, but they need to be achievements. We can all think of achievements, large or small, that we've made. No matter how large or small it is, if you can't think of a large one, it doesn't matter. Make sure you have your achievements on your CV, because that's what's going to make the difference between the other CVs that are going to be looked at. Yeah. Well, if I hate contributed to. I hate contributed to. Those are the types. Yeah. I mean, if you've got your CV and you're writing down your kind of your roles, your responsibilities, what you're doing. If you did work in a team that contributed to delivering this, that, the other, that's fine. But that is important. But that doesn't tell me what you did. Yeah? That doesn't tell me what you did. That tells me that you've worked in a situation, you worked in a team that contributed. You know, the tea lady could say that she contributed to the efficient savings of this company. It doesn't, she served tea to everybody. She did a great job. Or tea gentleman. Yeah, doesn't tell me what you did. Yeah, so whilst that is important, it's fine to put that in. Personally, I don't. When I'm looking at CVs, and I look at hundreds of CVs virtually every day, when people say I contributed to this, I contributed to that, I'm thinking, okay, yes, but what did you do? I'm always looking at this, what did you do? And if they can't see that, then I'm looking at the next person's CV. It's as simple as that. Yep. Okay.